So what is okay, so GPTs are, we know what those are, GPTs. Automations are, we know what those are. What is an AI assistant? And is the AI assistant the same thing as an AI agent?
It could be turned into an agent. So the Assistants
Uh-huh.
API is OpenAI's other way of creating, you can call it a GPT because you kind of set it up the same way,
Mhm.
but you can take it out of the chat GPT, of the whole OpenAI environment if you want to.
Ooh,
Yeah. So,
okay.
yeah,
Is
so
that a
this is
new
the
thing we're allowed to do, or have people been able to do this for a long time already?
for quite a while, yeah.
Long in the land of tech, new
Yeah,
in the land of normal people.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, like you can fine tune assistants to do specific things. For example, you can fine tune them to your voice and how to create content. And when you're doing an automation, instead of Chat GPT module, you can call an assistant. And that way, you don't have to prompt it a lot. Like you just have to give it a little bit of guidance because it's already prompted on how to
Okay.
do it. I can show you mine, for example, how I do it.
Yeah.
Um, just let me sign into.
And are you using these assistants to help you execute in your business? Is that what you're using them for?
For automations that require like content, yes, I'm using my assistant. Um,
Martin, you've gone to get a cup of tea, Bunny. That's, yeah, it's freezing here, man. You can see I'm in a massive coat. I've actually just come in. I was out, but I've just come in. It's fucking cold. It's freezing. Even my dog has a hot water bottle in her bed. How's your dog, by the way?
yeah, we went like at 3:30 in the morning, we went for a walk for an hour. Then she had breakfast and now she's sleeping in my bed.
Very. She's like hovering on the end of the bed here. But that's cool. You're obviously enjoying her, which is nice.
You
You're
what,
you're
sorry?
obviously you're enjoying her, your dog, your new dog.
Yeah. Oh, we are dog people, so
Me
it was
too.
perfect time for a new one. Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, babe.
So this is, hang on. This is the playground. And in
Yeah.
here, you can have either different projects or different assistants. Now, one thing that I found is that only this default project that comes like as a default, only if you create an assistant in that default project, you can call it into an automation. Yeah, because I
Wow.
tried it.
Okay.
I had to recreate my whole assistant because I have it in here as a different project, but I cannot call it into my automation for whatever reason.
Oh
So
my
as you
God.
can see,
Okay.
you kind of fine tune it the exact same way. You know, you've got the name, you've got the
Yeah.
instructions, and I've got that report of my style in here. So if I go to make, and I'm actually in this new content system, I'm actually showing you that I'm using my assistant because I think everybody should, like, especially for content, you should have an assistant rather than calling just the generic GPT module, sorry. Um, oh, no, 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 no. Okay, so in here, I believe. So these are the new automations for the content system that I'm building. So if
Okay.
you look in here, I'm
Mhm.
actually calling an assistant. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
instead
my
of a
son.
user.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the assistant, and you actually choose from here. Like,
Oh, I see.
see? And my assistant, so I don't really have to give it a lot of prompting. Like it's very just use the
I see what
information
you've
and create a
done.
post for LinkedIn. Sorry?
I so I think I see what you've done. The difference between okay, so you get a standard GPT which you give instructions, right? And you can
Yeah,
upload and it will do the web browsing and whatever.
yeah. With
But
this
an
assistant, it
assistant
already
is
writes in
that.
my voice.
Okay.
Because I've done like in here, like I also have what else did I want to show you? Where are my assistants? Okay, so this is the speech pattern analyst. So this is kind of the same, but
Mm-hmm.
I've taken it out of the OpenAI, like all the chat GPT, like that whole environment, and I've put it in here. So
Okay.
when I send a sample in here to analyze my, writing and like speech analysis, it actually pulls it from here.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Yep.
this
So
is
it
how you
doesn't link
can,
to a traditional custom GPT. It links to the assistant piece, and
yeah,
that's why you choose assistant in your prompt. So
yes,
the automation grabs the information from the assistant and that's what it uses to actually execute then on the commands for the automation. It
yeah.
doesn't just take so you could probably say that the assistant is coded, not coding, but
Well,
for lack of a
well,
better word.
think of bringing a custom GPT instead of the normal chat GPT window.
Oh.
Because this, as you can see, like it's already got my writing style in here.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. So I get you now. So actually, a custom GPT is just like, first of all, it stays inside the OpenAI module, and it's
Inside the
just,
chat GPT environment.
yes, yes.
And you
And
cannot call it.
you can?
You cannot call it into an automation. You can only call the normal chat GPT, which is just when you open chat GPT and you start typing. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing. This, on the other hand, is like you're calling your custom GPT. So this will write better content because
Yeah.
it's already fine-tuned, however you want to fine-tune it, and you have your writing style already
Mm.
like loaded. So it goes and looks and writes like that. But what I'm also really excited about is that you can actually use these assistants and create full-on apps on top of them. Like wrap them like this app, like Claude wrote all the code for me for this app.
Yeah.
And I only brought the assistant in.
That's
And
awesome.
then yeah, and then you can you can even connect it to say a vector database, and then you can use like the retrieval, the RAG that will allow you to make it into say a chatbot for someone
So actually,
or
Mon, what this means, if I'm, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you could bring in multiple different assistants, pre-coded, pre-programmed, pre-engineered, or whatever it is, to the specific thing you wanted to do. So you could have multiple different custom GPT or assistants in your automation
correct.
executing in finer detail as opposed to just linking it to a generic custom GPT with a webhook and having that one module facilitate the output for the rest of the automation.
Correct,
Okay.
because if you
Oh,
look
that's
at this
great.
automation, my webhook is coming from the previous from another automation.
Yeah.
but I can call my assistant further down the line when I actually need for the assistant to write content. Also,
Yeah.
some people fine tune assistants for each social media.
Yeah.
So you can make it super, super specific and be like,
Yeah.
this is how you should write, say, LinkedIn posts. And then you can give
Yeah.
it lots of examples. You can give it a lot of stuff to really, really fine tune it for this
Yeah.
specific social media, or could be
Yeah.
emails, could be anything
Yeah.
you want. And this will actually make your automations much, much better. And
Yeah.
you'll be able to create much better content, whether for yourself or for clients. That will be,
And you can charge more.
and you can charge more, of course. Um,
Yay! That's what we love to hear.
so yeah, this is basically what the assistants do. And you
Okay.
can, of course, you can create them as like kind of an agent. You can have calling multiple APIs that do different
Mm.
things.
Hmm.
Um, so it's kind of like they're very versatile. So you can do a lot of stuff with them.
That's awesome. I'm excited about that now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was what was happening, but now that I know, I'm excited about that. That's very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, you really do need to stop mucking about and get onto this training.
I know, right? Yeah. Well,
Stop
I'll
playing
start
around
recording
with stuff
stuff on
that
the
you
weekend.
stop having fun, get to work.
I know, right? What is this dog walking in the middle of the night so you can be on a call at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Ah, funny. Well, that's great. Thanks for sharing. That's actually really good. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm excited about that now. That's really cool. Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very
And the
cool.
other thing that is coming is that automation. Like I just showed you a bit of it. Not automation, it's a whole system. So it will probably have a few automations in there.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. That's
'Cause-
awesome.
yeah,
Yay.
because a lot of people seem to be selling content
Hmm.
systems in our community. So I thought if I create something that is a little bit more robust, and you guys can use it for your own stuff as well,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, just because you're selling something doesn't mean that you cannot create it for yourself as well.
Yeah, of course. Everything you've taught us how to build, I built it for myself first so I could use it and test it and see
Mm-hmm.
what the hell. Because when I started, I was like, I had no clue. I was like, I don't even know what this thing can do. Like Mon says does this, but how does that actually translate into my own thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
a very good practice to do it for yourself first.
yeah. Well, like I told you, I missed the training on upload the blueprint and went through most of your or basically all of your first automations that you did manually. I did built every single one. So by the end of it, I was like, okay, I had a fair idea. And then I came across the training on the you can upload the blueprint. And I was like, what? Wasted how many hours and days, but it was great for my own learning because especially when I didn't know anything, I like stepping through it was very
Yeah,
helpful, you know?
you definitely
Yeah.
learn faster when you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that's super cool. Yeah, excited about
Martin,
that.
how are things with you? What is happening?
I'm behind where I want to be. I seem to always be saying that, which is really annoying. But um, we have two like big web projects that are just going longer than they should do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and where are we? Next Saturday, not this one coming, but the next one, I go on holiday for 2 weeks. Um,
Woo.
summer holiday at last. And after
Oh my
that,
God, you're a bit late.
after
After that.
Bet you're going to a nice summer place.
Egypt.
Ooh, oh,
At
it's
least it
gonna
will
be
be
nice.
warm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's the
gonna be warm.
says the man sitting here with two fleeces on and Laura with
Oh, dude, I'm flipping freezing.
yeah, we're not in Oz, are we?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Have you started kind of casually chatting to your current clients?
Yeah, so I did a talk to the local chamber, and actually of all the things that I showed them, the thing that they got most excited about was napkin. Have you tried that?
Yeah, napkin is
Yeah.
pretty cool, but it's kind
Yeah.
of like it's a free software that anyone can use. Like you can't tell them anything.
Oh, sure, sure, yeah. I mean, from a revenue generation point of view, no, but it was really interesting to see because I did it live. I was like, "Oh, Monica said, show them. Don't tell them, show them." So I showed them, and they went, "Ooh."
That's what everybody does.
Yeah, they're not the ideal client, but it's been interesting that a couple of people um have wanted to have another session. So at least it generates a bit of interest. Um, So yeah, it's baby steps. And what I really want to do is stop doing all of that and just start following your training. But I seem to have been saying that for quite a while. I'm a bad boy. Sorry.
Yeah. Um,
You're right.
but just keep going to these local events and keep talking to people.
Yeah, yeah. And certainly the ones where, you can show them something, it really does make a difference. Um, and at the moment, like I say, those things are just about generating interest and establishing authority. Um,
Yeah.
we'll go
But
from there to actually making some money with proper clients.
yeah. But what about the clients that you actually have or have had? Have you sent emails or spoken to anyone or?
Not specifically about the particular AI. I mean, I keep telling everyone no, that's where the business is moving. It's moving into AI and automations
Yeah.
and helping you. Um, but no specific examples yet, just because, and it's a terrible excuse, but I'm still trying to get down the workload. It is getting there. We had two
Mm-hmm.
go live this week, so once they've gone live, it does get less.
Yeah.
Um, so,
Because we've spoken before about that, but these people are the lowest hanging fruit for you because
yes,
already know
absolutely.
you and you've done work for them, and hopefully they like what you've done for them. So it's a
Yeah,
no-brainer to go back and say, "Hey, can I show you some stuff?" And especially
yeah,
if you've already done the websites, you probably know what their businesses are. So you can, kind of customize some things and be like, hey, can I show you some stuff? You don't have to buy it if you don't want it, but I just wanted to make you aware, of some of the new services that we provide.
yeah. No, I mean it makes a heap a lot of sense. The only thing is, I see like the clients that are going to make proper money from automation, etc. They're slightly different to most of my web clients who are smaller businesses. But nevertheless, they're a great place to start, and I can help them as well. So it should be a
Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah. And with your first few projects, you don't have to charge too much,
No.
because it will be a good learning curve for you. You'll find out how fast you do things. You'll find out, what people want after you build, because half the time after you do something, they're like, oh, by the way, I didn't want that exactly. Can we change it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense. And I basically, I pitch up here on Thursday night to be told that I'm bad, and I know it, and it's good. People pay a lot of money for that sort of, you know, torture. It's great. What time is it, by the way? Because we changed hours, and I don't think you did. And what time is it? Wait.
My state doesn't change times because our cows get confused.
Yeah. Well, that's a reasonable. In Turkey, they used to change the time, and then they went, now the students are going to get confused for their exams, so we won't change it this year. They just didn't mention it to all the airlines. It was total chaos. Anyway, so what actually is the time at the moment, Mon?
And the moment is 5:25 in the morning on Friday.
Okay, okay, all right, cool. Let me hand
Yeah.
over to more cold people then.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear
I
that.
want to hand over to some more cold
Oh,
people. I
yeah.
want to see who's got the most clothes on because, it's a pretty hefty competition going on here. You reckon?
Well, Renee's in Canada and look at her. She's just got a little sweater on.
Yeah, they're tough in Canada.
I spent 1 year in Montreal and froze my butt off
Yeah.
in -30.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody wants to unmute themselves and talk about something?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, up here we have about 4 inches of rain the last 2 days. All our snow is gone. 3 days ago it was 13 degrees. Normally this time of year we're -20,
Oh, wow.
-15, and then usually late December or early January, we have 2 weeks, we'll get down to -50, -60. Yeah, so I enjoy my sweater because I have in-floor heating in my office.
Nice. Warm tootsies. What more could you want?
Well, exactly. A girl's got to look after herself. So, yeah. Thank you for this. I'm enjoying the learning. I'm very, very new to this. I'm not bad at making prompts and stuff, but I do an enormous amount for our nonprofit, and I only have like 40 minutes a day to cram learning into. So I steal wherever I can different times and try to book myself into groups
Yeah.
like this so that I can hear what other people are going through and then, hopefully formulate intelligent questions so that I get good answers.
Yeah. Jill works with nonprofits
I do.
a
Right
lot.
on.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah, yeah. Although it'd be nice to move away from some of them. Not all of them. Some of them are very, very good clients. But yeah. I'd quite like to get some bigger clients as well, like Martin was saying. And but you know what? They keep paying, so that's the good thing.
Sometimes you get into this trap that and you think, I can't let it go because then how do I pay my bills? And yeah, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but yeah. But you can start getting a bit more visible on LinkedIn and start posting stuff so different businesses can see you. And of course, like in the UK, guys, you have so many in-person events, like so many. And like Andrea is like an event whore, like she goes to everything, but she got 5 clients in October.
Nice.
So it's
Make sure you timestamp that particular piece and tag her in the group on
yeah.
the recording. I love that. What an in-person meeting whore. I was gonna say it would wear me out too much to go to that many, but yeah.
But well, here's the thing, like, what is a priority? I always ask myself that when I don't want to do something, or I'm like, yeah, I don't know, and then I go like, is it a priority? And if I don't do it, what would be the outcome? So it's like
Have you
people are like,
ever heard
how
of
can
that?
you get up so early in the morning? And I'm like, because it's a priority for me.
Have you ever heard of that saying? When people say, I can't do whatever, you should actually replace the word can't with I won't. I won't,
Oh,
whatever it
absolutely.
is that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that puts like a whole, you're like, oh, it's not that I can't do it. It's just that I
Yeah.
won't. Chosen not to. Yeah, that always
There's
kicks my butt. I'm
danger.
always like, no, I will.
Have you seen the meme? There's a bit of danger sometimes by generalizing some of these things. There's the one that says it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. So replace the word problem with opportunity is, and the meme goes, yeah, I have a really, really, really big drinking opportunity. Which I quite liked.
Good one. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah. But like the reason why some people succeed, and it doesn't matter if it's business, work, life, it doesn't matter. The reason why some people succeed and some fail is because of priorities and because of dedication and because of motivation and because of all these things that we don't want to think about.
Mm.
Like I speak to people on a regular basis that are like, oh, I can't do this at the moment because life is happening. And I'm like, do you think that we live in bubbles and we don't have life happening to us? Of course life happens to everyone. But then I don't take a month off or 3 months off, licking my wounds. Buy yourself a bottle of wine or a bottle of whiskey and you've got an opportunity.
You're hardcore, man.
Yeah. And get over yourself. I mean,
You're funny. It's true.
I was challenged this week by, well, it was actually about 3 weeks ago, to be honest, if I'm really honest. I was challenged to put my prices up by a business coach. And it's one of these things that I've been thinking about doing for months and months and months, but just having somebody like challenge me, and actually then a second person challenged me again. So I actually did it, and I had to do it. I had to give up my time when I would normally sit and read my book or whatever. So I was still doing invoicing and changing invoicing at 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, oh, this is a bit, but when I looked at my bottom line, my annual revenue was going to go up by 4 grand. And I also found 2 clients that I had forgotten to invoice to the tune of about 2 grand. So, so they'll be really cheesed off because they haven't had an invoice for 2 years, but they've got a big one now. But I was like, you know what? Sometimes just a little bit of pain can have quite a big gain. So
yeah, time is one of these things that people use as a big excuse. Like, I don't have time. And then I'm like, why don't you get like a piece of a notebook and start writing down everything you do from the moment you wake up? Doesn't matter what it is. And then I've done these exercises with a lot of my one-on-one clients. And then it turns out that I spend 20 hours a week watching TV, for example. And I'm like, there's 20 hours you can work on your business because, Netflix is not putting any money in your bank.
But have you watched the Lincoln Lawyer series? Oh, I'm loving that at the
no,
minute.
not yet. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No,
The new
no.
season came out.
Watch it. Watch it. It's amazing. I'm really enjoying it. It's
Yeah.
really good school. Yeah. So is anybody, Mon, are you or anybody on the call doing anything for Black Friday?
I'm not. I'm doing that. I actually don't know when Black Friday is, but with a colleague of mine, we're doing a paid workshop on, I think it's the 22nd for her, 23rd for me. That's the only thing that I'm doing that is a bit different. But yeah, Black Friday, I don't have any offers for Black Friday. I don't even know what to offer for Black Friday. So I don't know. But anyone
Okay.
that is launching anything can just, like Martin and Jill, you guys can hit your email lists with, some AI Black Friday offer, and you can have like the launch date like later on. like marketing, especially for you, you can be like, we're starting on the 10th of December.
Yeah, mine would be we're starting on the 10th of January or February. I'm going so slowly at the moment, but yeah. But there is something about putting a date on something, isn't there? That
Yep.
helps you focus.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you don't have a deadline, you kind of give yourself wiggle room.
Mm.
It's the same with the assistance API training. I never put a date. It was like, I'll do it next week. And that next week became next week. And then the next week became the next week. And
You wiggled
it's been
yourself
going on for
4
months.
weeks extra.
Yeah. If I had put a specific date, like I'm going to start loading lessons on, say, I don't know, the 30th of October, I would have done it. But I gave myself a wiggle room.
So when are you going to do it? What's your date?
Oh, I'm going to start recording this weekend. I finally
When?
put a date for myself.
Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, I don't.
You're
Pin her
wiggling.
down.
You're wiggling, man. Saturday or Sunday? Pick.
I don't know,
We'll hold you
Sunday.
accountable.
Sunday.
Okay, cool. So on Saturday night, I'm going to ping you and be like, wiggling's over. Where's the first upload?
Saturday night for you will be Sunday for me. So
Yes, that's what I said. I'm going to ping you on Saturday night and be like, where's the first upload? I'm in the school community. I'm waiting for it to drop now.
yeah.
I'm making a note to ping you.
Okay. No. I have to do it, so I might as well do it. Yeah. But Jill, if you think that you're going slowly, I don't know if you were on the call when we were discussing that, start doing stuff for yourself, like build stuff for yourself, because when you build it for yourself, you can break it, you can make mistakes, you can test it, and like whatever that thing is, whether it's an automation, whether it's an app, extension, whatever that is, just start doing them for yourself and you will learn faster because you don't have the pressure of disappointing somebody if you make a mistake.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm looking after a friend's cat, so while I'm late, I was driving over here, and on the way, I was thinking, this is time I could be talking to my AI and telling it to put things in my diary to remind me to do this and to do that. And I don't know if there is something that already does that works with the voice activation. Maybe there is, but I don't know of it. If anybody knows, I'd love to know.
So what you can do, like the cheapest and easiest way is if you do a voice memo, you can then save it directly to Slack, like you can send it to Slack. And from Slack, an automation can pick it up and possibly put it on your calendar.
Okay. I don't even use Slack, so that
I
might
think
be
that you can send them to other places like WhatsApp or whatever whatever you have on your phone.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something just recently, like this weekend or something, that not this one coming, the one that's just passed. I thought I saw something that said a bit like an Alexa for your shopping list. Alexa, add green beans and tomatoes to my shopping list. Boom, and then it puts it on there. You want something like that, but like Google Calendar. I've got a meeting at Mon. Please put it in my diary for 10 a.m. on Thursday.
Yeah. Or please block an hour at 10 a.m. on Thursday for writing automations or something like that. Just so that
the only app I know about that does calendar kind of things like that using AI is a tool called Motion. But I don't know if it's voice. I don't know if it's voice activated. So It's like Google Calendar, but it works on AI. So you have whatever meetings you have in your diary for the week, and its tool will actually look at. So if you're like, I need to find 2 hours to do whatever it is, the AI will automatically shuffle your appointments around to give you 2 hours on a day, like consecutive, does that kind of thing. So I don't know if that's,
But that
you could
has
have a
its
look
own
and see if it
calendar,
does.
or does it use
Pardon?
Google? Does it have its own calendar, or does it use Google Calendar?
I think it's its own calendar.
Because that's a bit of a bummer. Because like
Yeah.
I have my iCal and my Google Calendar, like they sync.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, if I put something on Google Calendar, it will sync to my iPhone and vice versa. So if I'm looking for something, it has to be something that would work,
Connect
say,
with
with
those.
at least Google Calendar.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
yeah, it is compatible with iCloud Calendar, looks like.
What
And
about Google?
uh, Google Calendar and Microsoft Outlook.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
looks like it can do all of them. Can you link Motion with Google Calendar? Motion and Google Calendar with any of your, yeah, look, and you can use Make with it as well.
Nice.
So you could actually, like Mon said, if you were using Motion, you could connect it to, you could sync it with your Apple Calendar, your Google Calendar, your Outlook Calendar, and then you
Yeah,
could run an
so
automation through Make to grab wherever other things and send this note to this client after our meeting on Friday or whatever.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, Martin just gave us the link.
Oh, nice. Thanks,
Uh,
Martin.
yeah, so as I mentioned, like if you want to do it with voice, then you'll just have to send your voice memo to, I don't know, Slack, WhatsApp, whatever that is, and that way have and then just trigger the automation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we cannot trigger automations from our phones. It
Yeah,
will be
that's
great if you can talk to your phone and then an automation starts.
exactly. That would be
Unfortunately,
amazing.
not yet.
What if you
Oh, that's
use
okay.
ChatGPT, dropped a voice note in ChatGPT, it sent the voice note to Slack. The automation picked it up from Slack and then,
Well, that's what I said. It doesn't matter where you do the voice memo.
oh, I thought you said you can't use it on your phone.
No, if you cannot
Oh,
talk to your phone and your phone to connect to an automation, to start an automation,
oh, right.
like
Okay, sorry.
directly without sending that memo somewhere first, like Slack.
Okay.
But maybe, well, I mean, sometimes the voice activated GPT chat is it doesn't work very well on the mobile data. I don't know if anybody else has found that, but so I can't. I've tried to get it to work when I'm driving. Shouldn't be doing when you're driving, or when I'm in the car parked safely. I mean, but it won't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it might just be that'll come over time, the connectivity, because I've got 5G. That's the word, isn't it?
Yeah. But still, it doesn't matter how you do it and what app you're using. You have to send that voice memo somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
used Motion, Laura?
Mm-mm. No, but
I'm
I'm just
just,
looking at the page. It looks
yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
what I'm just doing now. You've mentioned it. I'm like, what?
I actually saw it. I saw it ages and ages, and it probably has stuck in my mind because must have thought at the time, well, that looks like a really great tool. So just when we were talking about calendars, yeah, because I use Google for everything.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So if you ask it to shuffle say, you know, find me 2 hours, would it also change it in the Google Calendar as well?
Yeah. Syncs to your Google Calendar, Google Outlook, or Apple Calendar.
That'd be rather nice, because then if you could set it up so that then emailed your participants in your meetings and said, oh, got to move it, you know, then that would be, that's the sort of thing that just is really annoying to do, is contact everybody and say, I'm sorry, I have to move this, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a look at it when we finish here, and see what it does.
Yeah, it's just reading through the page. It's going, you can tell Siri to create tasks, and then they create a task and it goes into your calendar, and then it changes other stuff in your calendar because you've now got a task to do at that time.
Amazing. Does it work with Google the same voice thing, the Hive, the home stuff, Nest? What's it
The
called?
what?
The
Yeah.
Google,
Alexa?
the home thing, the thing we use at home that you say,
Oh, Google
hey,
Home.
KG, I'm not
Hey,
going to
Google.
say it because it'll
Yeah.
start
You're
talking.
trying very hard not
Oh,
to
you
say it.
can't say it because yours will listen to you and then do the thing.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not even my house, but they've got one here, you see. So
Oh, I see. Okay, so shh, don't say.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll tell it to do.
That's a problem. Just before you came on, actually, Jill, Laura mentioned the smart speaker that begins with the letter A and talked about ordering some groceries and stuff. And I'm a little bit pissed off because I've just turned up at my front door and, you know, I didn't want them. This little thing there,
Did
it's
you
a
just
flash
say,
that's ordered
I
it.
feel like some cake? Ah, oh, hey, I
Well, it
feel
would
like
have been
some
all right
cake.
if it was cake, but it was like, I don't know, it was like artichokes or something strange.
Green beans and carrots, I think I said. I
Green
should have
beans and
sent you a
carrots.
6-pack of whatever your favorite thing is to your favorite packet of creating opportunities.
Yes, yeah.
Please
Just about anything's better than green beans, to be
opportunity
honest.
to such and such address.
I love this now. We're all gonna, let's meet up and have an opportunity. Let's go out for an opportunity.
Poor old Rennie's come on this call to go, I'm going to learn some stuff, and now she's gone. She's like, I can't take it anymore.
No, Renee said that she's gotta get ready for a meeting.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Well, whenever people start talking about green beans.
Yeah. I love this motion. It looks really good actually. Is it very expensive? That's maybe
Yeah,
How much
yeah,
is it?
another thing to try and work out. Oh,
I
starts at $20 a month, doesn't it? Yeah.
oh
if
no,
you
it starts at 12. Business
oh
standard.
yeah,
Oh, 12
well,
per user. Oh, it
yeah,
depends
yeah.
if you've got a team that you get a bit discount. Ah, right.
You could
Okay.
have 20 users, yeah. So
Yeah, but if it's just you.
no,
Then
no,
I think you have to pay the 19 if it's just one person. But if
it's
there's
not.
two, you get the discount down to 12 person. Like
Right.
maybe
Oh,
we
okay.
should all be in the one team then.
Yeah.
What were you going to ask, Martin?
Yeah, it just reminded me, Laura was saying about, coming across this tool ages ago and then it just coming back into her mind. I remember a couple of months ago, you got quite excited by Replit. I wondered if you'd done anything more with it since that point.
Yeah, like that app that I showed you guys, the linguistic thing. It's running on Replit.
Ah,
Yeah, so the server is on Replit, all the code is on Replit, and it's pulling it's sending the sample to my assistant in the assistant's API in the playground and bringing and pulling back the results.
that's my bad coming in like 5 minutes late and making a cup of tea instead of listening to you from the get-go. I'd have known that.
Yeah,
But
so I really, really like being able to host apps on Replit because it's kind of like my own server. I don't pay very much for it. Actually, I just pay per usage and they haven't really charged me much. at the moment. So I must be like, I'm on a paid account, but then you get charged for your server for the usage, but they haven't charged me yet, so it hasn't been used that much. Yeah, really, really like it. You can even connect Cursor to Replit, and because Cursor writes like whole chunks of code as well, and you can link that. You don't have to, but you can. I just saw somebody do it, and I just played around, and it did it for me as well. I don't use Cursor that much because I'm not a coder, so I use Claude. Claude codes better than ChatGPT. So I use Claude for all my coding, and it does a pretty good job. Like pretty good job. Yeah.
Mm.
The other
Is
way you
that
can
a-
create, sorry,
I was just going to ask what version of Claude you use, Monica.
whatever the latest is.
Is there some new paid version that's going to be more expensive or something? I think.
I don't know.
I think that might be Haiku, Jill. Both
Haiku,
answers.
yeah.
Well, I'm
Haiku.
paying for the API anyway, and I'm paying for like I'm on a paid account with Claude.
Okay.
So I just go and get the latest and I code with that. But
Cool.
another way you can build apps and sell them is with like the back end is in Airtable and the front end is on Software. You can create some pretty good stuff with them, because Software is specifically like the UI for Airtable. So you can build some pretty cool stuff there as well. I'll probably do some trainings next year on that.
Cool.
Because like automations are all well and good, but at some point the market is going to start saturating. So if you have the skills to offer other things to people and find different solutions for them, that would be even better, because you have a much bigger skill set that other people won't have. And with AI being able to do code for us and guide us step by step on how to do everything, there's actually no excuse for not doing it. Because you may be talking to somebody and they may not need automations at all because of the business, but they may need something else.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? I can't imagine a situation where a business would not benefit in some form from some kind of automation, even if it's like,
I'm just being,
But I get what you mean. The particular problem that they bring to you that might not be the right solution.
If you've done all the automations for them and they don't need any more, what else can you sell them? Because it's always easier to sell to people that you've already sold to than to find a new person to, get them to open up their wallet for you. And the more things you can offer the same people, the better.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Like Martin, you have to start thinking about, how SEO will be in the next few years.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely changed.
Absolutely, yeah.
I remember when they first started talking about SEO and all that, it was all backlinks.
Yeah.
Remember, like websites that had like lots and lots of backlinks, and they had this Google had this rating system. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, I remember backlinks and
domain
also
authority.
the one where you'd get 10 different domains and link them all up to each other, and they're
Yeah.
all backlinking to each other, and they're all really the same thing. I can't remember the word they used for it then, but yeah, a number of grey and black hat techniques that
Yeah. And then that stopped working. So
yeah.
then became keywords and, keyword density. And, everybody started writing blogs so they can get, on the first page of Google. And and it's constantly evolving. And now with AI and the new way of searching, like it will have to be very clear, to the point, no fluff. And yeah, I'm not an SEO specialist, but I'm pretty sure that this will all change.
Oh,
I
no
agree.
doubt. No doubt. I mean, Google results at the moment is a total mess.
Oh, they're
You,
rubbish, aren't they? It's all Reddit, and I hate Reddit. I want a website. I don't want Reddit. I'm old school. I'm too old for Reddit and young people stuff. I want to
Reddit
link to a
isn't
website.
Reddit isn't bad, but a lot of the times it's kind of stuff that you don't need. Like I would Google something and I'll click on on a Reddit thread, and it kind of starts with what I was typing in the search, but then it
Mm,
devolves into something completely different. And you're like, I
yeah,
just wasted, 15 minutes of my time going through everybody's replies.
yeah.
Relevant replies.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like I'm not sure if SEO for local businesses will change so much, but for everybody else probably will.
mm,
Because local businesses, they're all on Google Maps. So if you're searching for something in your area and you type your area, those businesses will come up. But yeah.
I think what's interesting is with chat search, it's interesting to see how Google's market share will be affected by that, because they have been the almost only player in town with search engines.
For a very long
And I think,
time.
yeah. So this, I think, is a really smart move by chat, and it will, yeah, Google are going to have to do something really serious
Yeah.
to
Perplexity
compete.
was the first one that challenged them.
Mm,
And now
yeah, I like
ChatGPT is
perplexity.
bringing search, and it's probably not going to
Mm,
be too long until maybe Anthropic brings search into Claude. So
mm,
everybody will start offering search, and yeah. Um, but we've been at the mercy of Google for, I don't know, more than a decade.
yeah. And they're good at lots of things, but it is disconcerting, to say the least, that they have so much influence and power over what you get to see on the internet.
Very true. Very true. Um, and because if you cannot be on the first page, the only other way is to advertise.
Mm,
So, and there's nobody else. Like I don't like monopolies. Like
mm,
I like a little bit of a,
Option.
competition.
yeah.
Just an alternative, yeah, an option.
Yeah, because
Mm,
otherwise they just call all the shots, give you whatever price they want, and you cop it, or you just don't get results.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And now they remove the third party cookies. So that is really, like with Facebook ads specifically, that is really shit, because now you cannot retarget.
So what's that? Sorry, Monica, did you say
The
they've
third party
removed what?
cookies.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that complete? Like they've completely removed?
Well, I think they did it in July, didn't they?
Oh, did they? I didn't know that. Gosh, I take my eye off the ball there. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we all have to learn. Oh, somebody said that Perplexity will probably start offering advertisements
Mm.
soon. I don't know
Cool.
how true it is. It's a rumor, but yeah.
They have to make money somehow, don't they?
Well, they
I mean,
make
it's
money from their paid accounts.
yeah, but you know, it's not much
True.
compared with advert revenue, you know. So
Well, the
yeah,
biggest money makers for both Meta and Google are advertising.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Otherwise, they've got nothing. I mean, yes, Google has Google workplace is it workplaces, whatever that
Yeah,
is, paid accounts that we
Mm.
have, but that's nothing because how many people have paid accounts with Google? Only people with businesses.
Yeah, I have to.
If you're just the regular Joe,
Yeah.
you get a free Gmail and you use Google for oh yeah. Well, the onboarding call is on the same thing. So if somebody comes, we don't really have oh, Andrea's coming for onboarding.
it's gonna be onboarded again.
uh
Cool.
yeah, but I think that we in the next few years we're going to get so many opportunities to recreate business. Like things
Yeah,
that because things that worked in the past are not going to work anymore.
Mm.
And we'll have to basically recreate everything.
Mm.
fantastic.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. But good opportunities for us. Real opportunities, not just drink.
Oh, absolutely. Now we have so many opportunities. It's just like you just need to sit down, look around, and see what you're gonna offer people.
Mm.
And something, I don't know if you guys saw my post from the other day. Like I got a new client for my agency. And even though that person was a referral, when I talked to him, he said that the only reason he scheduled a call with me was because he went to my socials to see who I am.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said, I went to your Facebook account. And then from there, I clicked on all the links and I saw what you do,
Ooh.
which is, referral. You would think that, they're so warm that they will not
Mm.
go and check you out, but they do. So what I'm trying to say is make sure that whatever social media platforms you're on, make sure that you keep them up to date and make sure that you put your
Mm.
knowledge in there and
Yeah.
expertise.
Yeah, I've got a
Like
few that are
if
not up to date.
yeah, like if you're trying to sell me an automation and I go and check you out, and the last post was from 2 years ago when you were on vacation, and
Mm.
there's nothing else, I'll be like, I don't know.
Mhm.
People that have enormous amounts of money, like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, all these people that don't even need to be on social media, they're on social media all the time, teaching
Mm.
and sharing and this and that. And those of us that need to be on social media and pay with our time, because we pay one way or another for anything we do, it's either time or money, we are the least willing to do it. And yes, those people have the big teams to do everything for them, but we have AI. And especially if it's written posts, AI can do it forever and a day. And you can have a post on every platform every single day. You can spend 5 minutes of your day to create a 60-second short, like a reel or something. So people can also see on a video.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget the power of social,
Mm.
because a lot of the times you may get leads through your social media profiles and accounts without even trying to sell anything.
That's true. I got a really good client through social media. I actually thought it was a hoax because the person's grammar was really poor, and I was like, I'm not sure. And I moved it on to a Zoom call, email, then a Zoom call, and it's a really decent sized company, and I've had really good, I get really good recurring income from it. So yeah, absolutely. Doesn't happen every day, but yeah, it's good when it does.
It doesn't, but that shows you, if you're
Mhm.
present, if people can see your expertise, some of them will reach out.
Yeah.
Like, I've
I'm
had
gonna
people
check,
that have
guys.
come to our community after watching me for 2 years. Oh, here's Laura.